All right, moving away from international affairs. Whether you are 25 or 65, being a smart saver and investor is very important.
Yeah, no one can afford to make wrong choices, any mistakes, opportunities that could maximize your earnings.
So our money expert, Andy Manningly, back here in studio to talk about smart moves to make with your dollars.
Yeah, so our first question is, how do people make mistakes with savings accounts?
Well, a lot of times they build up their savings account, which is great, but they leave it in a low-paying savings account instead of looking for other opportunities to earn more dividends on those savings.
So do you need to keep all of that emergency savings in a liquid account?
No, probably only about 90 days worth. You're never going to need all of your emergency fund. If you've built up a year's worth of emergency fund, you're not going to need it all in 30 days. So start looking to diversify that out because you can get that money out of those places as you need it.
I don't want to get too specific with ages here, so we'll talk in general, people making mistakes. What's the biggest one with investments?
Well, the biggest one with investments is that people don't really have the right level of risk for themselves. Some people get too risky when they're older, or if you're younger, you don't take enough risk, and so you miss out on those opportunities to earn the highest rewards. And when you're older, you don't want to lose some of the principles, so you want to get less risky.
All right, so with that in mind, how do we handle turbulent markets?
Well, the biggest thing is making sure that you don't start watching the market every day and you don't start watching your investments, and you want to stay in. What people want to do is they try to time the market, and what they end up doing is selling low and buying high instead of just staying in and making it average out.
So what's the biggest strategy that you can give people out there? How do we utilize this?
One of the biggest things to do is make sure you're always rebalancing your portfolio, because you probably are diversified, but if you just let it grow, you're going to get your portfolio won't be diversified, and then you're more susceptible to market changes. So every year rebalance and make sure you're at the right risk level.
All right, so any advice that applies to all generations of investors?
Yeah, this is something that it's the age-old thing. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And never invest in something that you don't understand. It's really important to be a responsible investor.
Great advice.
All right, yeah, it could cost you in the long run.
Thanks as always.
So